Peterbot has just failed to qualify for the finals of 3 straight tournaments. Today was the first Duo Cash Cup with no region lock on, and let's just say it was absolutely insane. Real quick before we get into this video though, I'm actually trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of summertime. So if you guys want to help me reach that goal, please just subscribe to the channel right now and turn on notifications. If you guys want to support me even more, the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. Without further ado though, let's get straight into this video. Alright, so we gotta start off by giving props to the winner of the Duo Cash Cup Opens. One of the most dominant performances I think we have ever seen. It was Ryzen Agers getting 573 points and winning 5 out of 7 games they played. Their average elims was 12.1 and their average placement was a 3.14. And the only games that they didn't win, they ended up placing 2nd and 15th. So an absolute dominant performance from Ryzen Agers, who have honestly been a pretty quiet team this season. So hopefully they're able to pop off in the finals tomorrow. Going over the entire top 10 list now, we have Batman, Booga, and Rapid in second. Once again, just such an underrated team, switching over to Zero Ping now. They've been insane so far this whole season. Taste and Niamzo, like always, have been top 3 in almost every single tournament all season. 4th place is honestly a team that I have never heard of. So I mean, you might see this team get banned before the finals tomorrow, but if not, shout out to them for qualifying. Blocka and Mixon in 5th place, the new EU duo, or not the new EU duo, but the duo that used to be a duo on EU, who is now a duo on NA. That was a lot of me saying duo right there, but they ended up placing in 5th, Ralphie and Void in 6th, Aviv and Booga in 7th, Pink and Miro in 8th, Cole and Acorn in 9th, and then Epic Will and Threats in 10th. A lot of this top 10 list is honestly just a lot of what we've been seeing all season so far. It seems like the people at the very top of the list have just been up there all season. There was still obviously a lot of other big names that did qualify though. In 11th place, we actually have our first EU player to be able to qualify for the NA Cash Cup Finals. This is an EU player that is playing in Europe, but since Region Lock just got removed, they're able to play in the NA Cash Cup, and that is Teeny and Autumn. They ended up finishing in 11th place, which is honestly insane for an EU player to do. But we have a lot of other big names. Paper and Victor V in 14th, Trashy and Muzz in 22nd. Clicks and Vino did end up qualifying, finishing in 25th. They started off this tournament super dominant. They won their first 4 out of 6 games, and then after that, they kind of just really slowed down the pace. But Clicks and Vino also played the EU Cash Cup this morning, so their mental was probably exhausted by the time that they had been playing Fortnite tournaments for over like 7 hours today already. We had our OCE boys, Alex and Worthy, finished in 28th. Hopefully they'll be able to place better in finals this week. Ree and Rituals finished in 36th, and then Kylie and Vert finished in 44th. And then the rest of the leaderboard was kind of just like a lot of random players. I don't want to like be disrespectful or anything, but it's kind of just a lot of more like underrated players. We almost saw DC Awesomer and Vet qualify. They finished in 60th place. They were first place in this tournament after like the first 3 games, I'm pretty sure. And everyone was wondering how DC, a very big Zoners player, was actually going to be able to qualify for a Cash Cup Finals, but unfortunately he wasn't able to, but they were very close. So that means that there is also a lot of big name teams that weren't able to qualify, like Mongrel and Mr. Savage. Obviously this team really struggled today just on basically all facets of the game. They started off their first like 6 games just super rough. They weren't able to get a single win today, and they finished in 4,686, only getting 270 points in 10 games. This was by far the worst performance so far of the season for Mongrel and Mr. Savage. They really just couldn't get a good W key game win, and then even after they had like a 25 elimination 4th in their 6th game, it was almost just too little too late at that point. And if they didn't have nothing but perfection for the rest of the tournament, it just wasn't going to go well for them. I don't think this is going to affect their mental too much going into FNCS week 2. At least I hope it doesn't, because we all really want to see Mongrel and Mr. Savage be able to make upper bracket and be able to qualify into grand finals. I think this is just a little speed bump in the road for them, and they should be back for FNCS placing better. I feel like this team is just a lot more of an FNCS team now than a Cash Cup team, mainly just because of their play style and how they are a lot more methodical, slower type players. I mean, obviously Mr. Savage is one of the most mechanical pros of all time, but at this point in their career, they're not like the super flashy like Peterbot and Polio type duos that are going to be getting 40 bombs every single game, or maybe not this season, but you guys know what I mean. They're more of like a thought out game plan, kind of like how Clicks and Vino have been playing this season, just like the low elimination wins, and that is just a lot more suited for FNCS. All right, we have to talk about the man of the hour though, Peterbot and Polio failing to qualify for the Duo Cash Cup Finals once again. So that means they have failed to qualify for this week's Duo Cash Cup Finals, the first week of FNCS Finals, and the week before that Duo Cash Cup Finals as well. So this is now 3 straight big tournaments that Peterbot and Polio have failed to qualify for the finals in. The only set lobby finals we have seen them in is the first Duo Cash Cup, which they ended up placing 4th. If we look at their match history, they started off pretty slow their first 3 games, then they ended up getting a 41 elimination win. They didn't play too good for their next 2 games, then a 37 elimination win. And then I remember looking at them and they had like around like 305 points with an hour left, and you needed like 415 points to qualify. So they were gonna have to clutch up big time. They ended up with a 7 elimination 22nd. They died off spawn, and then they only got a 1 elimination 7th. I'm guessing in that last game, their coach pretty much told them if they're able to get like a 1 to 2 elimination win, then they'll be able to qualify. And obviously, since they don't stream, it's very hard to know what exactly went wrong, because even if you are just watching replays, you can't really hear their comms, you can't really hear what's going through their mind, what they're really playing for, because they are not streaming. But it has been a rough last couple of weeks for Peterbot and Pollo. I heard that Pollo is just not as motivated to grind the game this season, and just because of the dominant historic performance they went on last season, it probably is a little hard to stay motivated still at this point. A lot of people in my comment section have been asking me if Peterbot is washed and if I still do believe in Peterbot, because if you guys don't know, I was labeled as like one of the biggest Peterbot glazers last season. I am a huge Peterbot supporter. I am a huge Peterbot fan. I still do think this team will be able to make grand finals very easily. I still do think they have at least a top 10 in grand finals this season, which might sound crazy to say right now, but I just want people to remember how good they were last season. And even if you think they got carried by the Grim Gate coin, how good they were this season before that. They placed top 5 in multiple cash cups. They've got 2nd place in FNCS grand finals without the Grim Gate coin. This is still by far one of the best teams on this region, and I just need you guys to remember that. We got a lot of other big things to talk about though, so let's get over to Cypher PK and Asian Jeff, who were unfortunately only able to get 273 points in today's cash cup. If you listen to what Cypher PK said, he pretty much said he really wants the fist to be added back because that is when they were playing at their best. And I honestly do have to agree with this. This team was very good with the fist, and as soon as the fist got vaulted, they just really haven't been the same since then. If you guys remember, they placed top 100 in the first duo cash cup opens of the season. It's going to be really hard for this team to be able to qualify for heats and grand finals if there's not like one like super broken item to me. That's no shade towards Cypher PK or Agent Jeff though. That's just honestly just me being honest right there. Another big issue that we saw today, which Fortnite said that they fixed, was the servers were just randomly shutting off for 5 seconds. This could be a very huge problem, and I hope they don't delay FNCS because of this. But if you guys were watching any of the games today, you probably saw the server just turn off for like 5 seconds to 10 seconds randomly in the game, and this has been a problem all season. And recently Fortnite tweeted that they fixed it, but they clearly have not fixed this yet. Going back to the topic of the fist though, by far one of the FNCS favorites this season really does not want the fist back, and that is Clix and Vino. This team is so dominant in a non-fist meta and a purely nitro meta because of how smart they are at playing height. And it seems like any smart height team that isn't just psychoing it every single game wants the fist out, and then any team that just wants to psycho height, like I feel like a team like Aqua and Noah Riley on EU would be really good with the fist because they are just the kings of psychoing height. But I mean, let me know what you guys thought about today's cash cup. I'm very excited for the finals tomorrow to be able to make a recap video on it. Remember, if you guys are new to the channel, please just subscribe right now because we are trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of summertime. We just recently hit 46K, so thank you guys all so much for the love and support recently. You guys are truly like family to me, so thank you all so much. Use code KDOG on the Fortnite item shop and support me even more. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.